ATIS information November 0053 Zulu. Wind 1808. Visibility 10. 20,000 scattered. Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 21. 2.9er. Altimeter 3000. Simultaneous ILS approaches in progress. Runways 24 left and 2 civil. Or vector for visual approach will be provided. Simultaneous visual approaches to all runways are in progress. Parallel approaches in progress between Los Angeles and Hawthorne airports. Simultaneous instrument departures in progress. Runways 24 and 25 notices to air mission. Runway 24 right 6 left closed. SpaceX system in use. Activate transponder with mode C on all taxiways and runways. Recheck all runways, hold short instruction. Advise on initial contact. You have information November. Los Angeles International Airport ATIS information November 0053 Zulu. Wind 1808. Visibility 10. 20,000 scattered. Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 21. 2.9er. Altimeter 3000. Simultaneous ILS approaches in progress. Runways 24 left and 2 civil. Or vector for visual approach will be provided. Simultaneous visual approaches to all runways are in progress. Parallel approaches in progress between Los Angeles and Hawthorne airports. Simultaneous instrument departures in progress. Runways 24 and 25 notices to air mission. Runway 24 right 6 left closed. SpaceX system in use. Activate transponder with mode C on all taxiways and runways. Recheck all runways, hold short instruction. Advise on initial contact. You have information November.
All right, guys, good evening. Captain Jack back in the saddle here. We are at LAX. Actually, I should say not back in the saddle, but back in the captain's chair. How are you? It's nice to see you. Hope you're ready for a good flight from LAX to Phoenix. We can see here on the screen. Let me go ahead and change this just real quick. We'll put this up this way, and you can see there's another Southwest jet that's getting ready to taxi here. We are at the gate, and we're about ready to start doing some passenger loading. Tonight we're going to be doing VATSIM. We're going to have the air traffic control channel online with us. So I've already done a whole lot of pre-flight stuff here. Let's go ahead and start loading our baggage. It's going to be a light flight tonight. Not a lot of people are on board. Let's go ahead and load our route here. And the route uplink is loading, so that's good. And we've got the baggage loading. Only 96 passengers here taking off with us at LAX tonight, so plenty of room on board. We'll start boarding those passengers right now. Let's activate our route data uplink and get that started. So that looks good. Tonight we are going to be Southwest flight 1109 for November the 11th, which is when we're doing this live. So let's enter in Southwest Airlines 1109. And we'll get that in our flight number there. We'll get ready to do the performance, initial performance calculations here. We're also doing something else new tonight. We have the electronic flight bag here in the 737 cockpit. PMDG just added this in the last week, and I really like this. I played with it a little bit, and it's really a good, useful tool. So we'll be filling in some of this information here in just a minute when we get everybody loaded. If we look at our electronic flight bag here, we can start to see a part of our route from Los Angeles over to Phoenix. We've got our departure weather up, and all the data is loaded in. So let's go ahead and look at our flight plan, and we're going to start filling some of that out over here on the FMCs. So I'm going to bring that up to where I can see it over here, and you guys can follow along. There's something else that I'm going to tell you about here in just a couple minutes, so we'll get to that as well. Okay, let's enter in our zero fuel weight. So we're going to go back over here to our EFB, and we're going to look at what our zero fuel weight is going to be. Our zero fuel weight, we're going to go ahead and list it as 121.7. We might change that here in a few minutes, but we'll see if we need to do that. Let me go ahead and clear that. I'm working on my other FMC over here to the right, so we'll enter in 121.7 in the zero fuel weight. All right, back over here, we're going to look at our cruise altitude, 370, so we'll be at flight level 370. Let's reset that. Oh, I've got to clear that out there. 370. We'll go through our checklist here in just a couple of minutes. Our fuel reserves, I already know, is going to be at 2,000 gallons. So we'll set that in. Our cost index tonight is 29. So this is going to be kind of, like I said, kind of a quick flight. And it's going to be a very light flight. So we're going to have to watch our landing speeds there. Okay, good. Our fuel plan at this point, come down and look at our block fuel. And Graham, good morning. Graham, I see you in the chat window there. Nice to have you along. So our block fuel is 11.7. Our reserve fuel is right at 2. So that's good. We'll go ahead and add this in. So 11.7. I keep accidentally pressing the 7 button there. I need to not do that. Okay. 11.7, and we'll add that in. Okay, I also want to check our frequency for LAX towers. Should be 120.95. Let's make sure that we have that set in the radio.
Timber 3000. Simultaneous ILS approach is in progress. Runways 24 left and 25.
Okay, we'll get rid of the ATIS and go to the 120.95, which is LAX Tower. We'll be calling them in just a minute or so. And we'll be getting our flight clearance to Phoenix. All right, that looks good. It's going to be a lot of fun to be able to hear the live ATC there.
With you inbound ILS 25 left.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring that audio down just a little bit here. All right, let's look for our cruise wind. Our cruise wind is going to be from 309 and 41 knots.
24 left, because I was given 25 left. Oh, American 2389 heavy, 25 left works for me, 25 left, good link.
So we'll enter that in, and we'll go ahead and execute. I want to go back to our index for just a minute. Okay, and the route is in, and our takeoff is there. We're going to go at flaps 5 for takeoff. Let's check. Okay, we've got 80 of our 96 passengers loaded, and it looks like our baggage, we only got 4,800 pounds of baggage, so let's go ahead and release our carts. And it looks like somebody has crammed a Delta Airlines. You know, I've seen that happen a couple of times when I've been at a gate, and for some reason or another one gets stuck in there like that. So we'll have to ignore that for the moment. What do you do? All right, it is Flight Simulator, so there you go. We should be getting just traffic from VATSIM, so I'm not sure why somebody parked in there on me. Okay, we can enter our trim in. Our center of gravity is at 20.3. Let's go back over here to the EFB and look at our performance tool. Okay, we need to get the flight from the aircraft at the moment, so there we go. CG's 20.13, that's close enough on that. So now we can do a calculation. And if you look over here on the right-hand side, flaps 5.
We're already ground up, timing up 204.
Wow, 108 degrees, 42 centigrade. It's warm down there. We've got some warm temperatures here in LA for some reason. And here's our V speeds. So what we need to do before that is we need to go ahead and start looking at our checklist. So we're going to look at our checklist here, and we can see that the parking brake is on, and the battery is on. Our ground power is on. That's good. Emergency exit lights, the guard is down and closed. The standby power is closed. The navs are already set because I set those just a little while ago. The passenger signs, we've got those in auto, so those are good at the moment. We're going to turn our engine hydraulic pumps, and our electric hydraulic pumps are on. Yaw damper is on. I'm not anticipating that we're going to need a wing anti-ice and engine anti-ice. We're going to go ahead and turn our probes on. We're going to turn on our aft fuel pump, and we're going to start up our APU. So let's get that started. All right, APU is started. And we'll watch for the EGT on the APU to come up, the exhaust gas temperatures. All right, the recirc fan comes on. Isolation valve goes to open. We're going to turn the packs on for just a minute so people can start getting cool. Our engine bleed and our APU bleed are going to go on. Okay, so let's set our altimeter. And let's see, we had a cruise altitude of 37,000 feet, so we're going to set that, but that's just for our cruise altitude. I know that Phoenix is about 1,100 feet, so we've got that set. We're going to turn on our flight director. Flight directors are on. Okay, let's go ahead and set our barometric pressure, even though ATC will tell us in just a minute, but the aircraft kind of knows what that's there. All right. Okay, we are ready to obtain our clearance. So let me bring those sounds back up.
753 left 1 able, left turn in that Coder Park. Good night. Left 1 able, echo for Delta 2323.
LA Tower, good evening. Southwest 1109, requesting IFR clearance to Phoenix, and we do have information November.
Southwest 1109, LA Tower, good evening. You should have a PDC. Let me know if you don't.
Okay, that's where he's already cleared. Okay, yep, got it in here, and we'll let you know when we're ready for a pushback and taxi. Thank you, Southwest 1109.
Roger.
All right, so there we go. Altitude, let me read this off to you because you guys, well, actually, I can pull that up here if you guys can see that. Although on that screen, I can't read it up there. So let's do this. We're going to depart via the .SS2 and then Century, BLH, Hydra 1, and then Phoenix. Our cruise altitude will be 370,000 feet. We're going to squawk 2022. So let's go ahead and set up our squawk of 2022. Nope, the outer knob. There we go. And we're going to hit the ident key.
2289, welcome to LA, right German able.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to bring these sounds just a little bit. Hey, Scott, welcome. Glad to have you. Give me a line check. You know, tonight will be a good night to do that. Tonight, yeah, you know, I don't have my Southwest hat on. Doggone. Okay, so we are cleared through the .SS2 departure, Century transition climb via SID. Except maintain 5,000, expect 3705 5 minutes after departure. Our departure frequency is going to be 128.05. So that will be LA Center, I believe. Let's see, 127.05. I am not sure what frequency that is he's given me. because I don't see it listed.
Make the right turn there, turn on Juliet, cross runway 25, right, taxi to parking gate, Charlie.
Okay, I see it there. Okay.
Cross runway 25, right, Juliet.
128.05. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dial that up in our radio here. 128.05 will be our departure frequency, according to the information he's given us. Yeah, I got to go a long way down here. 128.05. You'll see me dialing this up there in that upper left-hand radio. Okay, 120.
And tower right on 304, holding short on runway 25 right.
It is 304, on at the Docker runway 25.
.05. Okay, that's our departure frequency.
304.
Advise ATIS and squawk code on initial contact 120950 for taxi, which is where we are. All right, let's keep going through the checklist here. All right. Where am I? I am right here. Okay, the altimeter is set, the transponder is set. Fueling, loading, and boarding are completed. Our takeoff data is set. Our cruise altitude is set in the pressure panel and the overhead. Yep, 37,000 feet. That is good. Our landing altitude pressure is at 1,100, so that's good. All right, our MCP panel, we're going to set our initial altitude for 5,000 feet, and then he will clear us on past that. And we're going to be taking off on runway 24. Let me go back and check my runway here. I'm using some new tools again once tonight, so I'm still kind of getting used to this too, my friends. All right. SoCal departure, you're right. That's what I'm looking at there, I think. Scott, very good. All right, let's go back and... Okay, that's all good. Flight directors are on. Radios and frequencies are set at this point. All right. Our departure, once again. Okay, let's look for our flight path here. Okay.
304, heavy connect departure.
Okay, 24 left. So we're going to be departing on 24 left. Let's go here. 24 left. And we're going to be departing dot Sierra 2 and then centery on the transition. Okay, dot Sierra 2 and centery in our standard instrument departure. So we'll hit execute on that. And our arrival will be in Phoenix, runway 26 via Hydra and BLH. Okay, that's pretty easy. So ILS 26. Star departure, transition is BLH. All right, those are set. All right, I'm not worried about that. Let's come back over here. Let's go to our performance tool. And I want to do one more calculation. So our V1 is going to be 125, 125, and 129 on V2 with a VREF of 130. So we'll set that up here. Okay, we're going to let the airplane set that. So 136 plus 15 is what we will set in our Mach meter to go up. One more time, I need to bring this up and get our runway heading. And we'll get that set up. And then we'll finish up this part of the checklist. I'm going to go ahead and turn our beacon, navs, and strobe lights on. And we're going to be ready for pushback and departure here pretty quick. ATC's gotten a little quiet there. All right, for runway 24 left, I need to bring up Phoenix. Here pretty soon, I'm imagining that they're going to be putting a lot of this kind of thing into the EFB. And once again, I am still learning that system, so I'm going to go back kind of old school here. And if we're taking off on 24 left, and actually, let me double check that.
Let me check for you.
Okay, runway 24 left for takeoff.
Santa Barbara doesn't look too bad. Thank you.
Sorry, guys, having to look up some more information here. Okay. Okay, it's going to be a short ride over to 24 left. So that looks good. Still got that big Delta jet in there for some reason. No idea why.
Spirit 741 requesting IFR to Phoenix.
Okay, and as soon as he gets clear here, we'll go ahead and get started on the taxi and pushback. And actually, before I do that,
what was the call sign?
I want to come over here, go to pushback. I'm going to push straight out. We're going to select the tug. All right, hang on here just a minute. Oh, that's right. I forgot to do this with...
Okay, I'm sorry. My audio for Red this morning. Can you say the call sign one more time for me? I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go ahead. APU is running. Let's turn on the APU gens. Got that part of my checklist. Hey, you make a mistake, you admit it, and you go on. All right.
741. I have a flight plan.
Trying to juggle a whole lot of stuff here. Some of this is brand new to me. I love watching Captain Canada because I tell you, that guy is just magnificent with his flight sim and everything he's doing, and he can talk to chat and do all kinds of things while flying the airplane and talk to the ATC. It's pretty good, but I'll get there. LA Tower, Southwest 1109, ready for pushback and engine start.
Southwest 1109, if you're pushing into the alley, pushes at your discretion if I was ready for taxi.
Okay, well advised when ready to taxi, push at discretion. Southwest 1109. All right, very good. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we've got the right voltages on the APU this time before I undo the chocks. Okay, we are ready for engine start, so the packs are going to go off, and we're going to turn on our fuel pumps, and we will be ready for that. So let's go ahead and do our pushback. Now we can select our tug, and there we go, and we're going to start with our pushback.
Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start.
Tower, good evening, Air Canada 459, final visual 24 left.
Air Canada 459, LA Tower, good evening, runway 24 left, go to land.
Release the brakes, please.
Clear land 24 left, Air Canada 459.
Okay, we're going to release the brakes. Brakes are released, and he'll start to push us back out from under that Delta aircraft. Golly, it is so crazy. All right, we'll get our pushback going here. Yeah, I really don't know what to do about that. All right, we'll get out of there, and let's start up our number 2 engine. And get that to where I can see it. All right, we'll go ahead and introduce fuel and get that started. Let's see where we are here. Go all the way back to the pushback line. Okay, and we'll do this, and we're also going to, which I did not do a moment ago, check for our door closures.
Pushback complete. Parking brake, please.
Okay, we'll go ahead and set the parking brake. Okay, parking brake is set. And we better close that door. We should have done that before we were pushing back, but what do you do? All right, let's go ahead and give...
Pin is pulled. Watch for the salute and release from guidance on your right. Have a good flight.
Okay, there we go. Let's get the engine starts and the generators up and go through the engine start checklist here. Hope you guys have had a good week. Been looking forward to flying here. Want to welcome my good buddy Tom, KD4DT. We're actually doing this flight tonight at his request. So, Tom, this one's for you, my friend. Okay, let's go back. John, hello, John, W7JPJ. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we're getting started here. I want to go ahead and give myself my runway heading. Okay, we need to be at 251. And I'm going to have to check my V speeds again. Okay, we had a few things change there, so let's go ahead and go back. He'd given us a clearance altitude to 5,000 feet. All right, and our Mach speed was going to be set to 151. Okay, auto throttle on. Let's go back through the rest of the checklist. Let's turn our packs on. Isolation valve comes to auto. Everything looks good up top. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set our flaps, our takeoff flap setting. All right, flaps are coming down right and proper. All right, that looks good so far. We'll go back and check our, okay, we need to be just a hair above 6. That looks good. All right, we are set here. And let's turn off our APU. APU off. I'm getting things a little out of order here. All right, let's hit our gens. Should have been the other way around. All right, gens are good. Yeah, Scott, don't laugh. Trying to throw a new couple of elements in here too, and I also noticed that my background there is not working as good as I would like. So we'll iron all this stuff out as we go. All right, back to the checklist. We're going to wait on the LNAV and VNAV till we get to the runway. All right, we'll check our flight controls. All right, flight controls, up and down, rudder is set. All right, flight controls are free and clear. All right, let's go ahead and tell the tower we are ready to taxi, although I've got to verify our takeoff speeds one more time. So let's get back into the FMC. And we'll go to a progress page here. Let's verify our takeoff speeds. Okay, it shot that up a little bit, so we'll reset our takeoff speed on the MCP to 152. All right, we are ready for taxi. And I want to get to where I can write down any instructions he gives me. So here we go. The tower, Southwest 1109, ready for taxi.
Southwest 1109, LA Tower, runway 25, correction 24 left, taxi via Echo.
That's an easy one tonight. Taxi via Echo, Southwest 1109. All right, we are...
Not too bad for you guys.
We are ready to taxi, so basically, we're essentially going to make a left turn.
647, we're on the visual 25 left.
All right.
647 LA Tower, good evening, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Brake released.
Land 25 left, Skyway 647.
Gonna make a little left turn here. And then we're going to taxi over to Echo, which is actually just over to our right, so this is going to be a real easy taxi.
Wing 751, requesting push and start.
Hey, Matt, K0LWC with us tonight. Matt, glad to see you in the chat, buddy. Great to see you tonight. Thanks for coming. Matt has a great YouTube channel on here, too, for all things ham radio and a whole bunch of really interesting stuff. Be sure to check that out. Just look up K0LWC. All right, we're going to turn in here and then make another turn to our right. And I found that if you...
left heading 210 at the shoreline, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
All right, clear for takeoff. Runway 24 left, Southwest 1109. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make a quick stop just to make sure that everything else on the checklist is good. All right, let's bring that up. Let's set our auto brake to RTO, anti-slide. We're going to set our LNAV and VNAV. All right, those are ready. Auto throttle is set on. Okay, transponder is on, and let's make sure that that's set where it needs to be. So we'll look down here on the radio panel. And we need to be
TCAS test passed.
okay, good. TCAS test is passed. All right, let's go ahead. Roll.
Fast 5647, taxi to parking via Hotel Juliet, Charlie, across runway 25, right at Juliet.
Hotel Juliet, Charlie to parking across 25 right at
Okay,
Juliet,
guys.
5647.
Here we go. We're going to reset our fuel rate. That is done. And he cleared us for takeoff, so we know we're also going to change over to...
Sierra Whiskey to parking, UPS 2.23.
All right, here we go. And Toga.
CalStar 2 report landing.
Sounds up.
We'll let you know for CalStar 2.
At a 1705, runway 20 right. Taxi via Alpha Lima, cross runway 20 left.
Alpha Lima, cross 20 left, 20 right, you guys, no mind.
Oh. We were cleared for takeoff. Okay, V1, rotate.
Positive re-incline.
All right, our gear goes up. Well, Scott, we got to get up to altitude here before before we call for food, right?
Southwest 3579, you just passed Rebo, speed your discretion, runway 27, clear to land.
Okay, good takeoff. What you guys have a view out the window?
3579.
And Los Angeles nicely down there below us. Okay, flaps 1.
Southwest 2293, contact LA Center 135.55.
Over LA Center, 335.55. Have a good night. Thanks for RTC.
You know, we've got some other guys flying through here. Oh, it's too funny. Okay. LA Center. All right, I need to report in here. He told me 128.05. Departure, Southwest 1109 with you, coming through 4,500 feet.
Southwest 1109, SoCal departure, radar contact, turn left, direct PV, climb and maintain 17,000.
Turn left at PV, climb, maintain 17,000, Southwest 1109. All right, so we're going to come back up here on the flight deck. And we're going to turn left here in just a minute. And we're a little high right now. So we need to climb and maintain 17,000. All right. Go ahead and hit autopilot. Okay, the aircraft is trying to climb a little more here than I want it to. So
Southwest 1109, start your left turn direct PV.
Left turn direct PV, Southwest 1109. Okay.
Allegiant 320, runway 27, clear to land.
Runway 27, clear to land, Allegiant 320.
Southwest 3579, taxi to parking via Bravo.
Taxi to parking via Bravo, Southwest 3579.
Indiana 1705, radio 20 right.
At 1705,
Okay.
runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
I'm going to program in PV direct. And the aircraft is going to head direct to PV, as we see here on the MFD, on the main flight display. Yeah, a lot of traffic out here tonight, Graham.
Southwest 1109, contact LA Center 135.55.
135.55 for Southwest 1109. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to dial that up in the radio, 133.55. And you know, when you're doing air traffic control, there's a lot of stuff to keep up with. Okay. All right, Center, this is Southwest 1109 with you at 11.3. I think I need to make sure I got that frequency right. One 135 should be 135.55. Okay. LA Center, Southwest 1109 with you at 13,000 feet.
Southwest 1109, LA Center, climb, maintain level 370.
Climb and maintain 370. Thank you, Southwest 1109. Okay, we'll go ahead and bring the altitude up to 37,000 feet. He's given us clearance. I have to admit, I really enjoy using the VATSIM stuff. It's really a lot of fun.
And Southwest 2293, weather report.
Okay, guys, be sure to smash that thumbs up button for me if you would. We'll go ahead and bring my self back up here. All right. So anyway, any questions or any comments you want to put in the chat window there, I'll be happy to try to answer them for you if you have something. All right, let's go ahead and go through some of our post deal here. Hey, Jeremy, good evening. Jeremy's here. Good to see you, mate. Appreciate you being here. We've just taken off out of Los Angeles on the way for Phoenix. It's Catalina Island down there off of our right wing. LA Harbor. All right, so we're coming through 18,000 feet. We'll set our standard barometer. Okay, everything in the flight is looking good so far. So I want to look over at the electronic flight bag. We'll do a little sightseeing here in just a couple of minutes. And I want to go to our landing dispatch. We're going to be landing, of course, in Phoenix. Runway is runway 26. Okay, we're due to, let me check this. Top of climb, 83 nautical miles away. And you know me, guys, I always forget to set this doggone clock. Even though 4 minutes is probably close to right.
20, about 12 miles from the Hector viewer.
At 1123, LA Center, send flight discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Hey, you guys might comment, and let's lock the landing gear. You guys might comment. Are you hearing the ATC good? Is it sounding good coming over the YouTube channel here, and you can hear the audio just fine? Wouldn't mind a comment or two on that if you would. Okay, there we are over Los Angeles Harbor and Long Beach. Graham, thanks. Nice and clear. All right, let's go back on the flight deck here. Make sure we don't miss any radio calls. Okay, Scott, sound is great. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Center meeting at 1705 with the climb through 8,000 for 13,000.
United 1705, LA Center, climb maintain flight level 340.
Climb maintain flight level 340, United 1705.
Okay, one more thing I'm going to tell you guys about. This is really pretty cool. I'm going to see if I can put this into the chat window. I've got something else I thought you might like to look at. You can actually track our flight online via radar at fshub.io/radar. So let me see if I can get this to translate into the chat window so you can have it, and then you can copy it and paste it. Yeah, there we go.
LA Center, citation 5 Alpha. We are direct to Hotel Echo Charlie for flight level 430.
5 Juliet Alpha, LA Center, descend flight discretion, maintain flight level 240, and turn left heading 180 for sequencing.
Send our discretion down to 240 and 180 on the heading. Roger that.
Okay, the thing here is and I'm going to pull this map up into the screen to where you can see it. This is the VAT sim.
Hello, citation November 661, Delta Kilo, flight level 430.
This is the VAT sim map of live activity right now, and unfortunately, we're not going to have any ATC going into Phoenix. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that down here just a little bit. I'm going to have to zoom back out here. Okay, let's, first of all, we're going to find ourselves on here. Okay, there we are, Southwest 1109. Out over the water still. Okay, KLAX to Phoenix, so that's reading correctly. But if you would, go ahead and click on that link that I just sent you. And then if you zoom in down over Southern California. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and minimize that for now. If you zoom in on that down over Southern California, and I can't really put this up on the main screen just yet. Actually, I could. I'll play with that here in just a minute. And you zoom in over SoCal there, you can see the aircraft we're on, altitude, heading, and transponder. And this website will actually track our flight and all others who are kind of sending their information to it. This fshub.io website, it's really pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see if I can figure out a way to bring that over to this screen, just to where you guys can see it. Okay, yeah, we should be able to do this. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'll bring it over here to the screen that you guys can see, and we'll go ahead and widen up and out in the world there. But you can see here as we zoom in to Los Angeles, and we're over Orange County right now, and you can see there's Captain Jack and heading off on his flight to Phoenix. I don't know why I'm talking in the third person, but there you go. And there's all the other aircraft that are using this FS Hub website. So you guys take a look at that. That's pretty cool. That's really pretty cool stuff. And I need to make sure that ATC, Graham says, got us at Irvine. Irvine is how they say it, right, Graham? Scott, you're going to give me ATC vectors? Yeah, you know, you could do that. You could help vector me into... yeah, I don't like the way this background is working on the screen there. Oh, well, okay. Onward we go. Here we go. We're going to soon... Jeremy, if you're still listening, this is really cool. This flight path does take us right over the Salton Sea where you and I flew out of Riverside a while back.
Maintain Mach 7-1, direct pit bowl 5 south.
Yeah, so the Salton Sea is going to be over in this area, so we'll continue to head on over that way. Yeah, I was kind of hoping, Jeremy, you might get to see this. It's pretty cool. All right, guys, we are at 33,000 feet. We're at 277 knots. Our ground speed is 494 knots. Our true airspeed, 452. We do have a tailwind coming, as you can see here on the MFD.
United 1123, same Mach number.
We're doing 0.77 for United 1123.
United 1123, maintain Mach 0.71.
Okay, down to 0.71 for United 1123.
All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick step out of the cockpit here. I'll leave you to mind the instruments for me for just a minute. I'm going to report to ATC that I'm going to be away for about 2 minutes. And we'll do that. All right, so stand by. Center Southwest 1109 with you at flight level 343. Going to be away from the cockpit for about 2 minutes.
Southwest 1109, report back.
Southwest 1109. All right, be right back, guys.
Southwest 2293, cross Judith at a maintain flight level 250. What's that for 2293? Affirmative. Can you repeat it, please? Judith at a maintain flight level 250. Hi, cross Judith at flight level 250, Southwest 2293.
All right, Scott, did you take over the co-pilot there, pilot monitoring for me?
0.74. Thanks for slowing down.
All right, we're coming up on top of climb. Center Southwest 1109, back with you.
Roger, thank you.
All right, now I know too that we're probably going to fly out of his coverage here in just a minute, so I'm going to have to watch our VAT Spy map. And nope, we still have no coverage over here around Phoenix, so we will be leaving his airspace here shortly. Actually, we got a wee bit of a way to go. Bring this back to where I can show you guys once again what I'm watching, and here is Southwest 1109, so that's us. And we have reached our top climb. Okay, we're heading...
1591, descend and maintain 1515,000.
Got a 1515,000, American 1591.
American 1591, the Point Magoo altimeter 3005.
3005, American 1591.
At 1123, descend and maintain 1515,000, the Point Magoo altimeter 3005.
Get down to 15,000, 15,000, got the altimeter 1123.
Okay, I'm going to do a couple of pre-checks there. I've set our minimums for Barrow.
0.75, 1 Delta Kilo.
Or 1 Delta Kilo, maintain Mach 0.68, descend and maintain flight level 240.
And you can see out the front window there, there's the Salton Sea and the northwest end of it. That's pretty cool. A couple of weeks ago, my good buddy Jeremy and I were flying in Flight Simulator. We linked the simulators up, and he and I were flying out over this area.
Southwest 2293, Albuquerque is offline. Frequency change approved. Have a good flight. So, over to Unicom 122.8, thank you for TC. Have a good night.
Okay, back over here is the Riverside area anyway, and Jeremy, if you're still listening, I believe our KLRD station, K-Lord, we call it, is right up in here. And you and I flew down that valley over Palm Springs. One evening, we're going to fly into Albuquerque, or
decoy 18 level 280,
Palm Springs.
just over at Needles.
Decoy 18, LA Center, squawk 4163.
4163, decoy 18.
American 1591, contact center 127.35. Good day.
Alright, 2795, American 1591. Take it.
2735.
27.
Okay, Scott, I have the airplane.
Have a good night.
United 1123, contact center 127.35. Good day.
2735 for Center 1123, see it.
All right, there's the Salton Sea.
526, second and 50320.
Southwest 526, LA Center, good afternoon. Good evening.
Yeah, I really don't like how the background is getting wiped there. Just the background remover in the OBS studio doesn't look like it works that well. Yeah, Jeremy.
Decoy 18, radar contact 52 miles southwest of the Kingman VOR.
And so here's the Salton Sea, and you and I flew right up to right the north end here, down the north and northeast coast, and then we cut across.
15, correction.
And we landed over in here somewhere. That's pretty cool, isn't
The
it?
Daggett altimeter 3013.
Positive discretion out of 16,000, decoy 18.
All right, one other checklist item, we're going to put the flight controls into, or the engine controls into continuous. There's a, I've never seen in any of the checklists or read, and I need to probably try to read a little deeper, but it seems to me that the engine start switches would go into the flight position during this on the 737. Scott, do you have any idea on that? Yeah, I do not know. All right, I'm just playing with a couple of things here on the keyboard. I really want my view. Yeah, Jeremy.
Maintain 15,000, Daggett altimeter correction.
We went to thermal and Borrego speed. I think you're right. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
5,000 3005, marker 2489.
Hey, Scott, what I was asking, maybe if you know, it seems to me that during flight, I've never seen here on the engine start switches, I've never seen any checklist or anything that's told me to go to flight, the flight mode. It always says continuous.
2072, LA Center, welcome.
Okay, we're going to fly out of LA Center's coverage here before too long. Yeah, I'm still not seeing any coverage for Phoenix, so what will happen is when we fly out of the SoCal coverage.
Discretion, maintain 15,000. The plane will go altimeter 3005.
Okay, we're making our left turn towards Century.
15,000.
All right, we're at cruise altitude. I could have done this a couple of minutes ago, but we'll go ahead and turn our seatbelt signs off and our other switch off here, so folks can get up and move around and go to the bathroom. The pilot already did that.
American 2489, descend and maintain 17,000.
You know, the one thing I did not bring in here with me tonight was something to drink. So yeah, Scott, do you know about those engine start switches up here? I'm going to have to go to flight on the switches. That's what I would think. But you know, I've never seen any of my instructions or checklists that show us how to do that. But I would think, yeah, it should be on flight. I know that when we're on the ground, it wants you to go to continuous, or before you land on the checklist. As a matter of fact, if I look here at I think I may have had it on the other checklist. I don't see it at the moment to go to continuous. Yeah, Scott says if it's not on your checklist, it's an omission. Yeah, and you know, I've got another checklist here in another, let me see about this one. I've got a couple of different checklists, Scott, for the 737. I don't see it in there. Flight is used for an in-flight restart. All right. Well, we don't want to have to do that, do we? Yeah, I'm going to read up on that a little more. Maybe get into a little bit deeper look at that particular thing. I am learning new stuff about this aircraft every week. Let's take a look outside the aircraft here. Yeah, we just flew over the north end of the Salton Sea there, Jeremy.
American 2489, descend and maintain 15,000.
10,15,000, American 2489.
You know, Scott, that makes sense. Switch position has to do with the igniters. Guys, I will let you know that our good friend Scott here, Scott Hines, that you see, K0,
5x5.
Oh, wait a minute. Where? Okay, I lost my train of thought there. Okay. All right, that's fine. Yeah, Scott, K0SAD. Scott is not only an avid ham operator, but you need to look up his call sign on QRZ.com. He has a heck of a flight simulator set up at his house there. Okay, we're changing heading a little bit. Oh, we're coming up on top of descent too. So we're going to get ready to lower our altitude. Top of descent is less than 40 miles away, and we're going to come up on it pretty fast.
With you, 9,000 for 17,000, direct PV, Delta 69.
Delta 69, LA Center, climb maintain flight level 310.
Okay, I am going to get rid of the VAT spy map because I don't see anybody up there.
1109, cross Skull, and maintain flight level 250.
Southwest 110, oh, where am I? 1109, can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Cross Skull, add and maintain flight level 250.
Crossing Skull at or maintain 250, Southwest 1109. Okay, that's what the flight plan says anyway, so we're good. I'm going to go ahead and, well, I don't want to do it just yet. It's a little early just yet for the top of the descent. Once we get to within about 10 miles, K0SAH. Scott, I'm sorry. I know your call sign. You know, my brain's in 15 dozen different positions here in the aircraft. I apologize. K0SAH.
Alpha, say airspeed.
Yeah, look up Scott's call at QRZ, and look at his flight simulator. It's just amazing. You've done an incredible job with that, Scott. All right, so top of descent is about 22 miles out. And once again, we're looking for the little TD here on the MFD.
No, what's your airspeed? Because you're about to pass through 240.
.440 for 5 Java.
All right, let's import our weather for Phoenix. All right, outside air temperature is 72, wind is 260.8. We're going to be landing on runway 26.
315, sorry, 5 Java.
5 Juliet Alpha, Roger, maintain
I'm going to bring our...
Maintain 285 Java.
Okay, and the QNH is 29902. So before we hit top of descent, I'm going to go ahead and set our...
Station 1, Delta Kilo, through the transition, maintain 280 knots. Maintain 280 knots, 1 Delta Kilo. 1 Delta Kilo, it's going to maintain 15,000. The point will go altimeter 3005.
Okay, we're going to set our altimeter to 29902, which is what it's telling us it is in Phoenix. It looks like Graham looked at your website there, Scott. Okay, I am going to start reducing our altitude. He said 250, so we'll do that initially. Because this is within our flight plan anyway, so we're looking pretty good.
And LA Center at decoy 18 request.
Decoy 18, say request.
Yes, sir. If able, we'd like to get a couple turns and holding at Daggett at 16,000.
Decoy 18, cleared to Daggett VOR. Hold east of the Daggett VOR on the 090 radio. Maintain 16,000.
Okay.
And decoy 18 clear to the Daggett VOR. Hold east on radial 090 at 16,000.
American 2489, contact center 127.35.
2735, American 2489.
LA Center, Southwest 526, request descent.
Southwest 526, descend via the Angel 4 arrival.
Descend via the Angel 4 arrival, Southwest 526.
That was good evening. So 1596 is about 15 miles to the east of the Petty intersection on the Rockstar 3.
So 1596, contact center 132.62.
Okay, 3262, Southwest 1596.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set our ILS frequencies for runway 26 in Phoenix.
5 Juliet Alpha, contact center 127.35. Good day.
2735 for 5 Java. We'll see you.
Okay, we've begun our descent. You can see here on the MFD down the lower right hand that we're starting to get on glide path here. Not glide path, but our descent path. All right, I want to go ahead and set our runway heading in course to 258. We're going to fly direct into Phoenix. Tom? So this is what southwestern Arizona looks like. A whole lot of nothing and sand and dirt and scorpions and all kinds of groovy stuff. Or not. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take our altitude on down. We're supposed to be at flight level 250 at Skull as ATC requested. And our approach point is at 3,000 feet, coming into runway 26. I usually like to set it just a little below what that altitude is. As a matter of fact, I usually set it to the second point coming in before the runway, which in this case is 1,700 feet. So we'll set that. That's good for now. All right, we'll watch and make sure that we're at 25,000 feet at Skull. And I'll go ahead and report to the ATC at that point. Normally, he would not ask us to maintain any different than that. And I think by then, too, that we're going to be out of any ATC coverage.
Station 5 Juliet Alpha.
Yeah, we're just about out of his coverage here.
I sent them over already.
Okay.
1 Delta Kilo, contact center on 127.35.
Over to center 127.35, 1 Delta Kilo.
Okay, we've done our arrival data and weather over in our EFB, which has given us the information here that we need. Landing flaps at 30. We'll do a calculate here. And our VREF is going to be 139. Our weight at landing will be 129,200. There's no icing to worry about.
Southwest 1109, Albuquerque's offline, frequency change approved. Good day.
Thank you very much. Good job, sir. Southwest 1109 will go to Unicom. Okay, and we're coming through 28,500 feet, still for 25,000 feet at Skull, as we see there on the MFD. Southwest 1109, 128.20, Phoenix Unicom, descending through 27,800 feet. Southwest 1109, Phoenix. All right. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of other descent chores here. Our landing altitude is checked. Radios are checked. ILS frequency and course are set. Wing and engine anti-ice we don't need. The MCP has been reset for the altitude. So that's good. That's where I want to be. Minimums we're going to set for Barrow. And that's good. We're going to be landing on runway 26, 122.8. What did I say? 128.20. I'm getting my, you've heard about the dyslexic agnostic, right, Scott? See, that's why you have a co-pilot. The dyslexic agnostic didn't know whether or not to believe in dog. So, there you go. I had 128.2. Let's go to 122.80, and let's check that actually on the aircraft radio. Okay, we need to pull back and go one more, and then we'll go ahead and put that on. All right, Southwest 1109, Phoenix Unicom, descending through 25,000 feet at Skull en route for a runway 26 with a downwind on the south side of the airport. Southwest 1109, Phoenix. Okay, that's done. All right, thanks, Scott. Thanks for the assist there. Let's see. When you're trying to flight sim, you're of course flying. You're talking to ATC. You're monitoring all the systems. You're doing the checklist. You're doing everything. All right. Everything is looking pretty good as we descend through. We are on descent path. We're coming up on Spink. at flight level 240. So we're just a little above that, but we're looking good. Great skyline. I tell you, we're kind of landing at dusk here. And Tom, I wonder if you're watching KD4DT. Say hi in the chat window there. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for me if you would. I would really appreciate that. Okay, we'll continue on descent. Let's take a look at our progress here. So let's see, it says we're about 24 minutes out from landing. All right. See another aircraft off in the distance there. You know, every time I have flown over this part of the country, I'm just amazed at the vast, empty openness. There's just nothing out there. It is just absolutely crazy to me. How incredibly open and empty it is out in this part of the world. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, I just don't like the way that background is working in OBS, so I'll have to try to figure that out. I was going to try to do some green screen stuff, but I just don't have the room and the lighting here to be able to do that. Sun's going down. Looks like we'll see some lights in Phoenix as we get ready. And actually, I can see Phoenix off in the distance over there through the left. Just to the left of the nose of the aircraft there. All right, let's go through that descent checklist one more time. All right, arrival and weather data are set. We're coming through 20,000 feet, so we're going to reset our altimeter here at 18,000. Let's go ahead and set our VREF. So the way that we do that, okay, on the progress page, 9.0 in fuel now, 8.2, so 0.2 is what we'll use between now and then. So we'll have a gross weight of 129 dot, oh, got to clear that out. 129.8. Put that in there. Our VREF will go ahead and set for 30 degrees and a speed of 134 knots. All right, VREF is set. And the next thing I want to do is set our flight rings. I like to do fixed rings, and that way we can use that to help us judge. We've got a vector there too, which I did not catch that earlier, so let's clear that. Vector is gone. We're going to be on runway 26. We enter that into the FMC scratch pad, they call it. All right, let's go to fix. We're going to enter that in there. We're going to set up our 5-mile rings, our 15-mile, or our 10-mile rings, and then finally our 15-mile rings. All right, that's giving us the estimated time of arrival and the altitude with which we'll be going into those. Yeah, you can see the lights of Phoenix off in the distance. Okay, Scott says, have another fun flight suggestion. Go from Spokane, Washington to West Yellowstone, Montana. It's under 1 hour and the scenery's great. KGEG to KWYS. Scott, text that to me. We'll put that in the definite gotta do's then. I want to try to fly some flights you guys would like to see. And sometime too, we're going to go over to the East Coast and do some flying. Okay, once again, the MFD is showing us right on the descent path very well. We're coming up on Hydra, and we need to be above 15,000 feet. So we're maneuvering on in pretty well. All right, let's set our standard to 2992. Actually, let's grab the weather again from Phoenix and make sure that let's do another import of weather. Okay, and it's saying winds are 8 knots at 260. Outside air temperature will be 72 and 29902, which actually is standard anyway, but we're going to set the altimeter for 29902. And I'm going to look at one other weather connection for Phoenix. Yep, and it says 29902 as well. All right. So we have verified that, and that looks good. And making a left turn here. Yeah, Phoenix is lighting up right purty there. Looking right purty. Okay, I just did a zoom out on the MFD, and you can see our rings are set up there. Our 5, 10, and 15-mile rings. And it looks like we may have another aircraft just off to our left. So I'm going to go ahead and announce this. Phoenix Unicom Southwest 1109 descending through 15,800 feet at Gila. Southwest 1109 Phoenix. Okay, I'm seeing another aircraft, as you can see on our MFD display. About 200 feet, 210 feet above us. And moving slower. Funny. Let's see if we can see it outside the aircraft. Yep, there he is. You see his blinking light. Yes, Scott, I remember watching a video on some things you don't know about the FMC and how to set that up, and I've always found it a really, really good aid, especially, coming in for landing, of course, or if you need a certain waypoint set. Yeah, look at the other aircraft out there. 480 feet above us, 500 feet above us, and we are flying past him. He's going considerably slower than we are. Yep, there he is, out our left-hand window there. So we are good and way clear of him. All right. You know, I probably one day should invest in one of those vision sets that allows you to tilt and turn your head and look around the different parts of the aircraft. Okay, we're continuing on in. We're coming up on AGLA, A-G-G-L-A. We need to be below 14,000 feet and above 11,000 feet, and we're coming through 13.9 right now, so we're looking good. Once again, I'm looking here on the MFD. All right. "13,000 feet, I'm probably going to go ahead and turn on our landing lights and runway turn-off lights. You know what I think I forgot to do, though? Yep, it was as we started our descent, put the seatbelt lights back on. So we'll turn those on. All right, let's check our winds one more time. Okay, last we saw. Okay, winds are 8 knots at 260, so we're going to be landing directly into the wind on runway 260. That looks good. Okay, John says, or Wenatchee, K-E-A-T, over the North Cascades to Bellingham, or even east over Glacier National Park. You know, that's another good idea, John. Yeah, text those to me. And by the way, if you don't know my phone number, you can email me, KE0VH, KE0VH at Outlook.com. And I'll put those suggestions into the hopper, because I think I'd rather fly where you guys would like to fly. Although, like I said, I do want to do some East Coast flights here down the line. Thought it'd be really nice to fly, like, for instance, Nashville to Washington, D.C., maybe even Norfolk, Virginia. That's a good flight. Okay, Phoenix is lighting up pretty nice here. From Missoula north to GNP and on west to Banff. Okay, I don't know that one. I'll have to look that one up. But yeah, thanks for your suggestions, guys. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's see where we are now. Okay, there's another airstrip, couple of airstrips off our left there. And one day too, guys, I'll put a video up on the YouTube channel here, but just a little tour of the inside of the flight simulator and what I'm running and all that good stuff. That would be fun. Take a look out our left window here, coming into Phoenix. Not much to see off to the south there. Okay, we're going to start getting a little busy here. I'll start doing announcements on the, or I should say radio transmissions on the Unicom frequency here just in a moment. Yesterday, when I landed in Phoenix, there were several aircraft on the ground. Let's go ahead and take our auto brake to 3. I don't think we'll need it, but going to go ahead and give us plenty of stopping power. And hey, there's Sky Harbor right over here off our left nose. All right, we're going to be flying over the downtown area, or just to the south of it. Scott says, good suggestion, John. Fly out to KBLI alone. Great views. Yeah, you know, I'll have to look at these guys. Those I don't know. Banff. I'm not even sure where F is. Is that in Montana? I do not know. I do not know that name. Okay, here we go. Phoenix Unicom, Southwest 1109 on a 15-mile downwind for runway 26, Southwest 1109 Phoenix. Phoenix. Okay, Scott said, well...
Phoenix traffic, South 2293 on final 25 left. Phoenix. Safe landing, bud.
Okay, I see him. There's the guy coming in for a landing on 25 left. We're going to land on 26 left. You can see that bright little light right there. So that's the guy just announcing his landing. Yeah, we're going to be able to almost just watch him come right in there. All right, our taxi lights, our landing lights go on. And Phoenix Unicom, Southwest 1109 on a 10-mile final downwind for runway 26 via Limo, Southwest 1109, Phoenix. Hope you guys enjoyed the air traffic control stuff too. I think that was kind of fun. It adds an added dimension, and I tell you, when you're flying into a real busy area, I flew into Miami one time, and my gosh, that's busy airspace. Yeah, you can see his little bright light right there. Yep, he's coming in for a landing over there off our left. Okay, we're going to begin to start watching our speeds here. Oh, that's not supposed to go up there. That's supposed to go over here. We do have our landing rate monitor ready to go. And we should get a pop-up in the middle of our screen. All right, I'm going to start watching that now. We're at speed 210. That's looking good.
Phoenix traffic, Southwest 2293, vacated 25 left on Charlie 4. Taxiing to gate. Taxiing to Delta 11 via.
Okay, you can see we're coming up on Limo here, and we should reach that at 7,000 feet, and we're right on the path. Speed looks good. Go ahead and do a couple of more landing checklists, approach checklists. All right, we've armed our speed brake. Hopefully we won't need it, but we will see. I'm not going to extend flaps.
Taxiing to Delta 11 via Charlie 4, Foxtrot 6, Echo 6, crossing runway 25 right at Foxtrot 6, then Delta 6 Delta. Phoenix.
All right, dude, nice job. Nice job. And Southwest 1109 Phoenix Unicom crossing Limo at 7,000 feet for an extended base turn into runway 26, Southwest 1109 Phoenix. Okay, we're making our turn. It's kind of a short final. It's about a 6-7 mile final. And I'm going to go ahead and hit some speed brakes here and bring our speed, as you can see on the left side of the PFD, down. I think I'm going to go ahead and give us 1 notch of flap. That'll help slow us down a little more. And I am going to go ahead and extend the landing gear here once we complete our turn at Prun, KPRUNN, as you can see there on the MFD.
Phoenix traffic Southwest 2293 crossing 25 right, Foxtrot 6.
Okay, and I'm going to manually control our speed. Bring our speed to about 195. We're going to start our turn to the left.
2293, cleared Foxtrot 6, last call, Phoenix.
Have a good night, buddy. Good job. Southwest 1109, turning base for runway 26. Southwest 1109, Phoenix.
Thank you, bud. Safe landings.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, we're going to bring our speed down to, I'm going to go ahead and give us flaps 5. And we're going to bring our speed down to 163.
2500.
And we're going to extend our landing gear. And Phoenix Unicom Southwest 1109, turning 6 mile final for runway 26, Southwest 1109, Phoenix. Okay, there's our runway ahead of us. We're going to arm the approach. We're a little above the glide slope, but the airplane will correct itself here, and we're slowing down. Okay, let's come back in the flight deck here. And I'm going to start our recorder. And then once we get to the gate, we'll go back and play back the landing. See how I did? We should get a landing rate monitor up in front of us. Okay.
1,000.
Okay, 1,000 feet. We're going to set our altitude back to 5,000 feet for a missed approach if we need it. But I'm not planning on us needing it. How about that? All right. Let's go ahead and go flaps 30. Speed down to our VREF. I could have maybe slowed us down a little sooner, but I think we're going to make it just fine. Okay, I have the throttles.
400.
And I have the aircraft. A little above the glide slope. We'll fix that.
300.
Coming in a little to the left.
200.
I probably should have left it. Okay, there's the glide slope back. Boy, we've got a crosswind. Can you guys see that? Yeah, we've got a 12-knot crosswind. Somebody else didn't clear. Yep. Throttle back.
20.
A little dip. Okay, landing gear down. I think I bounced. Yeah, that was not the smoothest landing. And it did not give me my landing rate monitor up. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't the prettiest landing, but it's all right. It says we were at... I'll pull this up to where we can see it. Oh, golly, and somebody else is taking off right in front of us. Yeah, I think I must have something else running. Okay. All right, I am not 100% sure where I am. Okay, Southwest 1109, vacating C7, Charlie 7, Southwest 1109, Phoenix Unicom. Okay, yep, that wasn't the landing that I'm most proud of. That wind shifted on me real quick, you know, down at the ground, and we did not get Too much warning. All right, let's go ahead and retract our flaps, and we'll taxi to, I believe it's Bravo Gates, where I want to go. Left aileron, right rudder, sir. Yeah, I think that's what I was doing. You know, Scott, I still got to practice those crosswind landings. Yeah, so I had a 9-degree pitch at landing. Yeah, and my speed was too slow, 113 knots. One of the things I've got to really, really remember to do is to keep my airspeed up and then pull back and throttle back when I need to. So I had a minus 374 feet per minute. And it says I had a hard landing. All right. Well, once again, I guess any landing, right? And of course we got some dude that I'm going to run right over. All right. Well, geez, I'm going to have to see if okay, I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to go back and replay that landing, and we'll look at the different views. I tell you too, this airport's not very well lit up. I just bought the night light software. There's an American Airlines jet. Okay, thanks, Scott. I would hope. I said I passed my line check. All right, well, you know, overall it was pretty good, but that landing could have been better. You know, I've had trouble landing on runway 26 here in Phoenix for some reason. Not sure why. Okay, and let's turn in. Okay, yeah, the lights look a little better here. All right, we're going to turn into this gate. Okay, taxi lights off. We're going to turn our APU on. Why is the airplane not turning? The airplane is not turning the way I'm telling it to turn. It's also not stopping. Okay, there's something weird going on with my software here, gang. Okay, it finally stopped, but heavens, where did it stop? The airplane would not stop. Okay, I'm not sure what we had going on there. Let's go back up. The APUs are starting the way they were supposed to. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, our engines are still running, but why am I not on engine gen? Okay, there we go. Yeah, something went weird there. Graham, thank you very much. Good night. Thank you for being here. Yeah, stay warm and cozy up there in Scotland, sir. Let's go ahead and go to our APUs. Our APUs are now on. We can flip our fuel switches off. Okay, APU bleed is on. Let's check our APU gen. Okay, yeah, I do not know why the airplane did not stop and did not turn where I was trying to get it to go into the gate there. I wonder if we can get the jetway to come over anyway. So let's set the chocks. Chocks are set. Let's request, and let's see if that jetway is going to manage to get over to us. I don't know if it is or not. Yeah, I think there's something interesting going on with the software. Patterns and landings are where all the pilot skills come together. Yeah, for sure, Scott. All right, well, you know what, then we'll do the alternative here. And we're going to ask for the air stairs. Oh, you know what? Yep, let's go ahead and turn the engines off now. Okay, engines are in the off position. APU is on and running. We'll leave the air conditioning on long enough for that to happen. And now let's see if we can get the jetway to grace us with its presence. All right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go back and do a couple of aircraft relays here. Southwest 1109 signing off from VATSIM. Good night. And we're going to disconnect from that. All right, the landing rate monitor I'm going to go ahead and close because I don't want it to record several different ones, especially since I wasn't super happy with that landing. So let's go to replay.
Don't sink.
Yeah, we always manage to get those announcements here, which is not really necessary. But let's see. I just hope I didn't bounce. That's the one thing there. My airspeed is too low right here. I'm at 126, as you can see on the airspeed indicator. So my airspeed is just too low. Came over the threshold. We throttled back, holding the nose up. And there's a bounce. Yep, we bounced, everybody. We bounced bad. That is not a good landing. All right, let's see what that looked like from inside the windows here. Not a good landing at all. Not happy. Not happy. Well, the last couple of landings have been outstanding. That was, too far too, Scott. Yep. Dadgum. I almost don't want to leave this one up. But, we'll go ahead and leave this stream up, even though I am totally unhappy with this landing. This was not a pretty landing at all. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, we bounced there. Although we're within the landing markers, so that's not bad. Yeah, glitches always happen on live TV, Scott. Gee, you know, it's so funny, and I was just talking with another friend of mine about this just earlier this afternoon, but it almost seems like the landings end up being the most important part, or the part that you want to be the most important part. So let's look out the right-hand side window here. Yeah, my speed dropped too much, and then I took the nose up too much. I wasn't paying close enough attention. I forgot to tell myself that at 50 feet, you look at the end of the runway. 50 feet, you look at the end of the runway, and you hold the nose up just slightly. And instead, I was overcorrecting, and we ended up with the bounce. Yeah, in the real world, airspeed too low is automatic go around. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Well, I think with that, we'll go ahead and call it a night. Thank you so much for being here. We'll go ahead and let the airplane come to a full and complete stop here. And we'll bring that down just to where we're safe. And once again, thank you so much for being a part of everything here on the channel tonight. I appreciate it. You know, you're going to have a rough one here and there, I guess, but sure would have liked for that to have been a little bit better on that particular landing there. But hey, everybody got here safe, even though it was a little rough, right? So once again, thanks for being here. Do smash that thumbs up button if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't done that yet. And I really hope to see you here next week. We'll do one of those streams that you guys asked for, and I'm going to Let's see. Tom says there was no PIO. Got to be happy with that. Well, you know, there is always that, right? Right, Tom? Well, thanks for being here, you guys, once again. 7-3, God bless you, and I will see you next week, and we'll pick one of those other flights to do, and I hope you have a really good one. See you later.